Breaking news out of Washington, where NBC News has just confirmed that an armed man was in fact arrested overnight near the home of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Let's get right to our justice correspondent, Pete Williams, now from Washington. Pete, give us some of the details here. What more do we know about exactly what happened?
Well, we're told this happened overnight. It was just between, say, 1 and 1:30 when the man arrived near Justice Kavanaugh's house. He was stopped before he got to the house. He apparently arrived in a taxi, and what authorities say is that he was armed with a gun, a knife, and pepper spray and threatened to attack or kill Justice Kavanaugh. Now, the Supreme Court has acknowledged some of the bare facts here in a brief statement. I'll read it to you. It says, at approximately 1:50 a.m. today, a man was arrested near Justice Kavanaugh's residence. The man was armed and made threats against Justice Kavanaugh and was transported to Montgomery County's Police 2nd District. I think what's going to happen here is these are going to end up being federal charges because of the potential attack on a federal law enforcement or federal judge here. But we're still waiting to hear the details about exactly how this case is going to be prosecuted. The man was out of state, and there's some indication that the police may have been watching for him to arrive. Those details are still what we're trying to confirm. These sorts of attacks on Supreme Court justices are thankfully very rare. Potential attacks, I should say. The last one that I can think of was actually in 1985. When somebody who was never discovered fired a bullet through the window of Supreme Court Justice Harry Blackmun's residence again in suburban Washington. He lived in Arlington, Virginia. He, of course, was the author of Roe v. Wade.
Which is interesting because, you know, Pete, we saw these protests outside of justice homes, including Kavanaugh's, just after that leaked draft Supreme Court opinion on abortion last month. So how has that sort of changed security for the justices, really all of them these days?
Well, it's changed it very much in terms of more security around their homes, more security when they travel, and more security around the court building itself. Ever since shortly after the Politico story leaked of Justice Samuel Alito's draft opinion that would have the court overturn Roe, there's been one of those high, non-scalable fences put up all around the Supreme Court. The court building itself, of course, has been closed to the public ever since the COVID pandemic hit. But in terms of people being able to get even onto the sidewalk outside the court, much less the marble plaza in front of the court building, you can't have done that. You can't do that ever since the leaked opinion last month. So it's been more security for the building and for the justices.
All right. NBC's Pete Williams joining us live from Washington. As always, thank you so much, Pete.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.